Like, I'm just pissed. Like, okay, was our democracy worth the promise of fucking like the Palestine lives? Like, no, Israel should be punished for that fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like fucking come on. We don't have to fucking ruin it with Trump.
Yeah.
And he lied like a motherfucker.
Oh, I should probably turn down. Hey, everybody.
I love you. You love me. You fucking love me.
Yeah, we're just talking about the Trump stuff, with all the tariffs being enacted yesterday. That's pretty.
It's a tariff war now.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, like, it was just going to make everything so much more expensive. Because I think everybody if you're a MAGA person, you're believing it's like paying our taxes. The cost is put onto the American businesses buying things.
Yeah, exactly. And they've already spent everybody's money
Yeah.
by like buying a bunch of shit before the tariffs hit.
Yeah.
So they have warehouses full of shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm sure this will work out just fine. We deported a bunch of people who pick all of our fruit, so,
Yeah.
I'm sure that won't destabilize that section of the market.
Because even like the immigration stuff, it's like running on that. It's just like, okay, technically, yeah, less people in the country, right? Should mean lower prices and all that because there's less demand. But then it's like, but there's sections of our industry that are just filled with these people. So now who's going to replace those people? Because there isn't people there. Because that's the only problem. It's just
they're
like,
not going to pay Americans fucking even $12 an hour
Fuck
to do
no.
that shit.
Fuck
You know what I
no.
mean? And that's like,
I mean, the farmers are already subsidized as it is.
yeah,
and
those
like,
motherfuckers, like, they just subsidize the shit out of them anyway. Like, what the fuck? But hey, that's socialism, so,
Yeah.
I'm surprised all the farmers even vote Republican because, like, wouldn't they want more subsidies?
Yeah, because Trump fucked them last time and then had to like bail them out essentially.
Yeah.
The taxes and all that. I don't know. I think it's weird how it's just like country people or any like just like Republican like conservative values. And it's just like this isn't conservative values what he's pushing. These aren't.
Yeah, these aren't conservative values at all. The only thing is like conservative billionaire.
And it's this weird like nostalgia romanization of the 50s and like 60s, like the early or the 40s and 50s. Really, it's around that like that golden era.
Oh, you mean when we had the rest of the world couldn't build shit?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we were the only ones in the world who could manufacture anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we weren't torn up by war.
Yeah, and there was like 200 million people less that lived in America at the time. There was, like even world populations like a few billion or more that like less.
Yeah.
And then and that too.
And there was a bunch of manufacturing jobs that paid well too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where one person could support a family.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
And
where are those times?
Yeah, and like I don't know if you guys have been following history, but our economy doesn't run like that. You can think, like the goddamn, what's the guy's name? That helped with like China and everything. That he like passed away like a year ago or something.
Oh, fucking the dude with the
you know what I'm talking about?
the birthmark, right?
Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, like those types of people and everything. There's a lot of people that open trade for like, all these other countries, and that's how we operate now. That's why we had the free trade agreement and everything with Canada and Mexico and all this type of stuff. It's like if anything, it's not even like taxing them. If like Trump is such a master negotiator, be like no, what is a way that we can just like support all three of ourselves? We make an alliance, like more of an alliance instead of like
we sew them into our country, like instead of forcing them in.
Because it's like I'm not against like them becoming a part of us or something. Like if you just think of like Mexico and Canada, if we became one country type of thing. That'd be pretty crazy because you think of like how much it'd be a crazy superpower economically, militarily, and everything.
Yeah, everything.
So then like I'm not totally against that, but like just being like
You're
we're gonna tax you.
World powers at that point instead of just like country powers.
Yeah, exactly. And then like that, I think that's totally fine. But the forcing of just like we're gonna tax you, and it's like no, we should be able to come to an agreement better. Like, no, what is a way that how can we fuck each other less and actually make something out of this?
Yeah, exactly. At this point with the internet, we can become so integrated with like any other country. Like, why even have borders, man? Like, it's an imaginary line on the fucking map. Not even anything close to real life. Put a fence up, it doesn't matter. It's not a real thing. Like, say it's your country all you want. I mean, at that point though, like, why don't you just buy like a couple acres and put a fence up around your house and just fucking like, then you only got to worry about 2 acres instead of a whole state.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? But nah. We gotta force like everybody to get on this bullshit. I mean, like, I guess I'm radical in the fact that I want just open borders.
I don't like with open borders. I just think that, I mean, it depends on like what you're trying to do, because like, okay, if countries want to have their identities and everything, there has to be like a border, because like, what is Turkey? What is this? What makes this like this area?
They're not really anything.
But
anyway.
but I mean that is like it's like it's not. But there's like, but you get what I'm saying though. It's just like to be like, this is, like a certain, like the France, like this is France, like it's this area. You can't like that.
Yeah.
You're kind of like a generalization. But I mean, I do think it's just, I mean, so much that you should be able to like move freely, or like more freely.
Yeah, exactly. Why can't I just move around? Like, why do you guys gotta be dicks about like all this shit?
Like, I'm totally fine if I go through to Mexico. I have to I have to scan into Mexico. It's not just drive through the border or something. Or like, I'm totally fine with like a tracking, because it's like at some point, I just think like long term it's just.
Well, I think more like you get lost or hurt, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Then somebody can be like, oh man.
That's why I think
it's like you go to another country, nobody really gives a shit about you. So it's really just the people, your friends and family, or whatevs.
Exactly. But I mean, I don't know. I'd be totally fine, because then you think like how Alaska's set up. Like, well, then like Alaska can just be kind of part of Canada. It makes that simpler. It's not this weird, like, we're just, because then it's like for a Russia threat.
Do you want the UP to be part of Wisconsin?
Fuck it.
Yeah, I bet you everybody in the UP would want that too.
Because I think it would just make everything. I think it would just make things
We're
better.
Making
I think
it harder for no reason. It's like the way I see it, though.
Because I mean, even to me, like how the European Union is, that's like how we should be though, with like Mexico and Canada. Yeah. It should be something like that. Like, even if it's just a union or something like that, like we should be. No, it's like whatever happens, we're all together in on this and everything. Like, it's just kind of, we are the same sort of. I don't know.
I mean, like, it's God. I don't know. Maybe I'm too lazy to fucking be. I know I'm too lazy to be racist and like shit like that. Cause, God, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it's just imaginary lines on a fucking map that isn't even real life.
Yeah.
It's like time, not real, bruh. But
yeah, it's
fucking,
funny.
We're about to crash anyway. So I'm sure Canada and Mexico will carve up the U.S.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Trump's just going to, like, drive it into the ground, and he's not going to be able to control it, and we'll just be pieced out.
I really
America's not going to be a thing anymore, man.
I think a bit. It's just, I feel, because this happened before a lot. His other term, a lot, that he would just do these really drastic measures, and then eventually he would just pull back or change something. I feel like that's going to happen. I don't know what, though.
But I mean, like, you've seen the fucking...
But it's just
crashes already.
But yeah, I mean,
like, what is like that? 3 plane crashes already?
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks after he fired everybody? Like, okay, bro. Like, that's pretty hard evidence. Like, I don't care what you're trying to blame it on, but I mean, like, that seems irresponsible.
No, it is. That is irresponsible.
Like neglect of power. No, what's it?
It's so well, like, Republicans really had this thing that going in, you for this, like, you need to disrupt a bit.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
so like they spend.
Yeah.
Republicans have the history of like spending, and then blaming the debt, all the debt on the Democrats, who usually come in next, because they usually come in, rail back the spending right now, and this is like recent political kind of history. This isn't like throughout history of the Democratic and Republican Party, but like the last, I don't know, I'd say 20, 30 years, that's kind of been the go. Like, they just run in, they will start some shit, and then fucking, spend a buttload of money, and everybody's like, oh, growth, yay. Like, look, when they were there, I had a job. And then it's like, oh, yeah, because when the Democrats came in, they're like, well, let's cut down on some of the spending. And, like, all of a sudden all those jobs that were created from the fucking Republican spending and their bullshit trickle-down effect stuff, like,
Because it happens every term. It was just like everybody, like the Like, well, because Trump, when he came in 2016, he was running off of Obama's cartels of like running the economy back
Everybody,
after.
Yeah, like Obama was like running a successful America at the time, and that's why Trump had such a good go of it. Because like every president is dealing with the prior president's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's why the give and take between the Republicans and Democrats is like drastic now. Is because they've ramped each side up, and like now it's, it seems to be basic human decency versus like old white man power.
Yeah. Cause I mean,
But the one plus side to this is I might be able to punch a Nazi in the face. I never thought I would ever have the chance to beat the shit out of a Nazi in my lifetime, but I might be able to now.
Wasn't there were some white supremacists or something or that came down to Kalamazoo last year, wasn't there? Or a few years back or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I think Biden was still in office. I forget what was going on, though. Or maybe that hadn't been further
It was
back.
there was a lot of Whitmore bullshit, too, though. They were really against Whitmore. I'm not saying she's the best, but I mean, I didn't think she was the worst either.
I mean, however people go about political candidates of besides someone like a Trump who is really disrupting, but just being they're the fucking worst. It's I don't think Whitmer is some cabal person or something.
Yeah, you're fucking going insane, bro.
Yeah. You gotta look higher up. The people who are the Nancy Pelosi's and all that. Those are no, these are the terrible ones. These are these are evil people. You can't because Nancy. I don't care how fucking nice Nancy Pelosi is, but she makes so much money in the stock market and always kills it. So
always
so you can't tell me there's some shit.
Money just writing off of her fucking choices. It's no shit. She's the one who gets to make the laws about it.
Yeah.
So of course.
Oh, I still remember too. I mean, it was such a hypocritical thing. Because I remember when COVID was going on, she was in San Francisco and she went to some hair styles to get her hair done when they weren't supposed to be working or anything like that. And it's just dude, you guys, this is you can't.
They live in their own world, man.
Yeah.
They should be paid fucking minimum wage, their minimum wage.
Yeah.
If that's what they believe that the average American should make, then they should fucking make that.
Yeah.
And then fucking then none of them would care because they're all millionaires anyway, and and play the stock market and fucking bullshit. But they get free healthcare for life too, good healthcare, and they get treated differently. And now I'm just dude, you guys suck. You are not fucking royalty.
Yeah.
You're a fucking servant. You serve the people,
I know.
goddammit.
You guys aren't.
Isn't that part of your oath?
Yeah, this isn't a royal family type thing or something. It's you guys are just fucking reelected you as representatives.
Yeah, I took an oath to get into the fucking military.
Yeah.
I took it seriously.
I believe they should get drug tests and all that. Why the fuck is it military members have to get drug tested? Be members of Congress who are making their bills and everything in our laws. They don't get drug tested.
Well, they got to make the law. They make the laws so that they don't want to, they don't want to be part of the laws. They don't want to have to follow them. They make them.
Exactly.
They get to have all the drug parties and fucking hookers they want.
All the Eyes Wide Shut parties.
Yeah, dude. Goddamn, I want some of those.
You ever, the Bohemian Grove, all that.
Yeah, slightly.
So Bohemian Grove, no one knows. Okay, so Bohemian Grove is in California, and so Alex Jones actually had he was able to go in there and videotape all the because there's this owl that gets burned. I forget the name of it, but they burn it as this ritual, and I mean there's world leaders that come to it. I mean there's photos from the 70s and all that of Nixon being there or Reagan's been there, but all these other powers and Bill Clinton's been there. There's photos of tons of different people that have been there over the years, but it's very highly secret. Again, it's an all men's club. Essentially, I mean I kind of just believe it is just a way for powerful people to they can just let loose and shit.
Yeah.
And because it's I mean at the end of the day I do kind of feel in a way of being that powerful of a person, you can't really do shit. You can't just go out in public.
No, I mean the pressures and stuff
that. So it's that I get where you can just do that and there's no one gonna snap a photo of you doing some crazy shit. There's you're just
but again that's society's pressures. If they could truly be themselves, they probably wouldn't get elected. But
yeah, exactly.
But again, and do you want that in a public official too? Somebody who's just a facade and just there to make the money and make the moves for the people they think they're working for.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, it's fucking bullshit.
I mean, people in general, I just like I said, I want to come back to it because there's like this cool video I saw, but like people in general feel, I mean, like these positions, like there's like this weird. I feel like it's just from watching TV so much and like seeing these characters who are in like I don't know, whatever.
True, yeah. Like
it puts this
like putting that spin on.
Like, I mean, for us, like you think, okay, whatever movies you've watched of like special forces people, the special forces people aren't really like that. Most like they're not like they get fucking hurt. They get like they they actually get shot and stuff like that. They don't just and like there's this weird. And I feel like with like same thing like with like leaders on like shows or whatever where you just they just can never do wrong. They always make the right decisions. And it's like, no, these are fucking human beings still. Yeah. There's still
like,
as much.
We need the checks and balances because like these people suck and they fuck it up all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know, it's just crazy to me because like I would never trust a fucking political person with my life. Like, like if somebody's like, I'm in politics. Oh, so like you don't do much then.
Yeah.
Like, you're full of shit and get paid too much money.
I wanted to just see how it would be like to work on a campaign. I mean, it would be hard because you like don't really make money and all that, but just like I don't know, one time through just to see what it'd be like, just to really see the ends of politics and all that.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to be in on that just to see and like see where the linchpins are and what you could like just fucking pull because it's like it's just bullshit. That's what kills me. It's that, like, none of this stuff really has to be this way.
Yeah.
Like, we could literally, tomorrow, Trump could be like, you know what? Nobody has to pay for their homes anymore. Yeah. Like, student debt paid for. And that would be a fraction of, like, the military budget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Food, all subsidized.
Yeah.
Like, he could do that. He could just, reallocate some of them tax dollars. He fired a bunch of motherfuckers, so, like, he should be saving some money.
Well, you even think, too, like, I don't know, I think we think it's such extremes because, like, okay, you could take away from the military budget part of the year. If really, I mean, I don't know why people worry because it's like, if there was really needed money for, I don't know, we cut some of the military budget for a year so we can pay off student loan for, like, people, like, one time go type of thing, right? And then people would be like, oh, no, our military is going to be weak. It's like, it's not going to be fucking weak. Okay, like, if they really need, like, if some shit was going down, we would just allocate money.
Look at the numbers, man. We pay like 14 times more on our military than the next country.
Yeah.
Like, we could literally coast on that.
I'm sure there's a lot that we can just cut like fat on. Like, I mean, obviously there's certain things that we need to be able to secure and all that. But
restructuring the military, you get rid of half of the fucking cost. Like, there's a lot of stuff we just, it's kind of old school and tradition. Like,
exactly.
Whatever. Like, but you could cut like a bunch of shit, even out of just the infantry. Like, do you need a jump school anymore? Do you need like fucking even a straight up air assault school?
Yeah.
Because like you make that part of basic training and you just fucking like another 3 weeks, everybody fucking does that shit.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit. And then everybody's like
air
qualified on fucking helicopters.
Yeah. So we would do so much helicopter stuff anyway now. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's planes and like helicopters. Like nobody's dropping. Yeah. If anything, that seems like a hazardous thing to do to your military people, like to drop them in a fucking parachute these days.
I mean, imagine this scenario of like, okay, we're jumping into Ukraine. And we're jumping into Ukraine with fucking drones that are flying around. They're just like, hey, they're flying through the skies. All right, C4 fucking drones flying. I mean, it's like
you could put a fucking handgun on those fucking drones and then just like murder 3 or 4 people up there, like before they even hit the goddamn ground.
Yeah, like the only thing I could like imagine jumping now is doing like Halo jumps or something. That are kind of.
Oh yeah, Halo jumps would definitely have to be like updated.
Yeah, because like you can't just do parachutes from the sky. Because I mean, they got fucked up in World War II just from like AA fire and all that.
Shit, yeah, so, I know. Then we kind of had to. That made sense then, but like
with drones that are omnidirectional, that I could just fly in any sort of spot.
Yeah, I mean, and also you can start to fucking like map like a whole group of drones out these days. You know what I mean?
Oh
the light shows. Can you imagine if somebody put in the amount of effort they did into some of the drone light shows into murdering people floating down on fucking parachute.
I mean, you imagine they strap flamethrowers to those fucking drones and they're just flamethrowing fucking paratroopers in the sky.
Oh God, you just watch them dropping like just
dude,
whoosh, whoosh. Ah, fuck.
Oh God, it'd be terrible. Just like, yeah, like jumping now just doesn't make any sense. I mean, like unless you're doing some sort of Halo type thing or something. Like,
oh, Halo's the only thing I can even like
imagine. That like makes sense now because just fucking parachute is insane.
And then I would redo all of the fucking ships out there to have like fucking satellite mapped out sensors and shit.
Yeah.
And then you could fucking like cut down on simply your fucking road patrols.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to send a whole ship out for
Yeah.
fucking months at a time. Like, and I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too efficient.
Well, even like military vehicles, I feel like we can cut stuff. There's like unneeded vehicles.
Oh,
and
dude, like Humvees aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like MRAPs are barely a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like they've gone past those. ATVs are kind of stupid though. Like I hate it, but whatever. I just think they're too big and clunky to be like super effective.
Yeah.
You know? Like they're way too tall. They have a rollover risk and stuff like that. And I get, like at least with the old MRAPs, like it had that B bottom, and that's why it sat so high. Like you know, straight anti-mine shit and fucking, you know, IEDs and EFPs, like shit like that. But dude, you could just
like tanks. Get rid of tanks.
Dude, straight up.
Tanks are so
strikers, like
get rid of tank strikers. Like a strike. I mean, like
there is no force on force anymore.
No,
like,
yeah,
it's barely there.
I mean, and especially too, man. It's like tanks. Like I mean, you know, like tanks. Like they have their own fucking convoy that fly with like they're with them because it's like a fuel truck or a repair truck, like all this shit.
Yeah,
just to maintain the guy like an Abrams. And Abrams is fucking so much work to maintain. Like, it has its own fuel truck. It'll like travel with. It's, it's crazy. Man. So like you're telling me like that's not like who the fuck?
I mean, you can't refine that shit.
Yeah. And
where's
like,
the electric tanks?
Yeah, and like tanks. Yeah, either it's like that or like fucking. Like, I mean, tanks in general is just like this is dumb because it's like I mean, you're seeing like how many tanks are getting fucked up. I mean, yeah, they're older versions in Russia, but like the Russian tanks are just getting.
Russia is like the quintessential fucking paper bear, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and they're still using like T-55s or whatever and all that.
All their shit's old as fuck because their military just like. You know, if you roar enough and enough times, you know, you don't actually have to have the military if people are scared enough.
Putin just steals the money.
Yeah, they stole all the money out of the military. And now they're like, all right, North Koreans, you go. And it's all like, you guys have 30-year-old shit than us. Like, the Russians are working off of 1970s tech.
Yeah.
And the fucking North Koreans are working off of, like, 1950s tech.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, man. Like, this is bad. And, like, Ukraine's got drones and shit. And it's just like, this seems unfair.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking, I mean, yeah, it's so stupid.
How do you get it across to a tyrant that, like, those people's lives mean something to him? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Russia's so crazy with like. I mean, his thing is so much of the USSR. It's like what is that symbolism of the USSR that it was just people just want?
Well,
so bad.
It was big. Like they controlled. Like, you know, I'm assuming because fucking Stalin. Russia's had a history. Like, where do you think Germany learned it from? They learned it from fucking Russia. Russia's been doing this shit.
Oh, yeah, I've been reading this Lenin biography. It's like, it's insane. Just like,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you get, like, into that rabbit hole, and it blows my mind because, like, most Americans, like, we only think of Russia as, like, the Cold War.
Yeah.
And even that is faded because most of the Republicans would rather go to Russia than fucking vote Democrat, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you guys grew up in the Cold War.
Yeah.
Like, you hid under desks and shit in the Cold War. You had movie fantasies about the Red Army coming over here.
Yeah.
And fucking, like, now you're like, no, I love Putin.
Yeah, you fucking, like, man, I see so much crazy shit on X where it's just people that say something about, like, Putin is, like, you know, outlawing homosexual relations or something, like, really fucked up shit, and people are just like, hell yeah, it's fucking traditions. Just like, gee, like, that's not, like, how do you guys be like, we want for fucking freedom? That's not freedom then. Like, you should.
Yeah, that's not freedom at all.
No, it's the opposite of freedom. It's like,
and not only that, like, you have to then curtail your fucking freedoms.
Yeah.
To suppress somebody else's fucking freedoms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you then have to become part of, like, this ideal bullshit.
Yeah.
Just so that you can like enforce some other bullshit on somebody else's life that doesn't fucking deserve it.
It's weird too. Do you know who Lex Friedman is, right?
No.
He's like a Joe Rogan person. That's how he started out. But he's an MIT AI guy and everything like that. But he has his own podcast, and he's I don't know, he has good episodes and everything. But he's a Russian Jew, and like he immigrated from like the USSR and everything.
Yeah.
But he had an interview with Zelensky. He did, and then it's weird because it's like the entire like so much of like he's trying to like get Zelensky to say some good things about Putin and all that. And it's just and then just trying to make it sound like, well, like not all of Russia's bad. It's like, well, okay, obviously not all of Russia is bad. Like not all the fucking people there like are going like gun ho about war and everything. But like no, Putin's administration is bad. Like it's like whatever your thoughts on Zelensky or anything. It's like no, the Putin administration is bad. I mean, like it's like,
Putin is obviously like. Not God
because it's like everybody always has this like argument like well I mean there's so much corruption in Ukraine and everybody's like yeah man there's corruption in a lot of countries in Eastern Europe and all that.
Also it's Putin
and
he's
Putin,
the one who's been putting the corruption in there.
Yeah, exactly. The whole thing with when the Donbass region and all of that stuff was like happening like after 2014. I mean that's like Russian separatists and everything. And, like Putin had like armies there that have been like hanging out because Vice had a whole documentary series about it where like there's a guy there and he was just saying is like these are Russian troops but they're not in the fight but they're hanging out, they're doing training exercises but they've been here for years. It's just
what?
Yeah, it's like no, they're helping them out. Like they're helping out those separatists because this is Putin's thing. I mean, he's like fueling an underground sort of rebellion against the Ukrainians.
Man, the Ukrainians are lucky. When they elected their fucking president, they elected a comedian.
Yeah.
And when we elected ours, we got a clown.
Yeah.
Like, we got a clown and they got an actual comedian. Because, like, he was a comedian superstar and shit, and then like fucking that's crazy to me. And we have Trump who's just a turd.
Yeah,
it's like the opposite end of the spectrum of Zelensky.
Yeah, it's wild,
isn't it?
I guess he was I saw that I had to double check. Yeah, I saw like Trump was like making before they sent the aid or something like that Zelensky should be like they should have like re-elections. Let me see. Yeah. God damn it. Okay. Yeah. Trump.
Oh yeah.
Re-election. Ukraine.
And I will always
Okay, I can't. It's not popping up. I swear I saw something about how, like Trump's wanting them to have an election.
Re-election, so they didn't get him out of there or something.
Yeah.
Like this is, God, dude, this is insane to me. And like, why is even like anybody listening to Trump?
Yeah.
Like that's what kills me. It's like.
Why do people think that he's this like ultimate tactician and all this other stuff?
Yeah, everybody says businessman, but like I look at his business history.
He's failed.
He's
failed more businesses.
Everything.
I mean, like okay, like I hate when business owners like to be a successful business owner. Obviously, you're probably gonna make you're an entrepreneur. You're probably gonna make shitty businesses at some right. You're gonna make someone that's fail and everything to get to a certain point. But I mean, this guy has a lot, and he's grew up in a business world.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, Trump
could have just sat on the $1 million he had.
Yeah.
And fucking like, especially in the 80s, you shitting me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why would you even fuck with society ever again?
Yeah.
Be off in my own little bubble.
I don't know. It's that family. It's just like you're gonna keep this going. I don't know. It's weird. Like I can't my family's not anything like that. So the see family is just like there's like no, you're doing this for. It's like man, that's fucking. It's so weird. Just like why can't you like just why just having the constant just show that no, we are the best. It's just the ego, just constantly having to go out of their way and be like we are the best.
I have no idea. I don't know how. I mean, that's what I mean. Like I'm too lazy to have like.
Well, yeah. Like I'm too lazy to be like a big like like company CEO or anything like that, because it's just, I mean, I don't have that
CEOs
ego.
Don't do anything. I could be a CEO. Like that'd be easy as fuck.
Well, you still have to have like this like fuck you mentality of like I am the best, because you have to always like you still have to put on that front of I'm the best around everybody.
I am the best.
And you have to like and like having
I'm
that
the best
or like when
at
shit
smelling.
and when shit does go bad, and you have to go on like CNBC or something and like have to.
Well,
like,
yeah, but I mean, like none of those motherfuckers get axed for like they don't have to pay back. Like even when they get fired, they get severances and shit like of millions of dollars. Like why not? All right, I'm a CEO. I'm responsible for this fucking bullshit. You know, pay me $1 million every year, whatever, $350 million. But if I fuck up that business, I gotta pay it back.
Yeah.
You know, how is that not fair?
Yeah.
You know, like
it should be like stipulations.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just let these CEOs run wild. They can run anything into the goddamn ground, like Boeing. You know what I mean? Well, you can pay him millions of dollars to cut fucking safety costs on your fucking airplanes. Have the audacity to try to get into spacecrafts while your airplanes, which don't even go outside the fucking atmosphere, are falling apart. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? How can you even, like, do that as a CEO with a straight face?
Yeah.
No. I'm doing a great job. Your planes are falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Look, we're going to go into space. I needed to cut the funding for the aircraft so I could make spacecrafts. I'm the CEO. Give me another $30 million.
Yeah. It's just so nuts, because it's like, well, your basic product is flying planes that need to,
like, what the fuck, man? Like, you can't even...
far from doing space travel as like a...
you don't even make a, like, airplane that is efficient.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the cost of air tickets keep going up.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck am I supposed to go anywhere when it's like $1,000 to go across the states?
Yeah.
And in a plane that may just fall apart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you should pay me some money to get on your goddamn planes.
Or crash in Philadelphia or something.
No shit. Like, dude. Trump just crippled the fucking airplane economy. People just lost the trust in that shit. Like, overnight, within the week, you can't even trust the airplanes that are falling apart and crashing.
Yeah.
Take that, you liberal fucks.
That's so nuts. I don't know where we're gonna go now. I mean, I don't want even to now. I don't want to like keep doing like every episode. It's just like, oh, where's this gonna go? And like the horrors of wait.
Well, it won't all be politics.
Yeah.
It's not all going to be politics.
Because it's going to be so easy, though. But
yeah, I know. It's like low-hanging fruit. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find some high-hanging fruits that's not rotten because they haven't been picked by the immigrants that are no longer in our country. Because we deported them.
Side note, I got an Etsy addiction now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I got introduced to Etsy, and I bought I just been like addicted. I haven't really bought a bunch of shit. I just bought my first things. I just kind of got into it yesterday, but I've been just scrolling on there looking for shit. It's
like what?
Just clothing.
Toe rings.
Toe rings. I bought this because I don't have a good black beanie really, and so I bought a black. It's like a PlayStation. It's a vaporware kind of like the weird like pinks and like blue kind of PlayStation logo, and it has like PlayStation in Japanese under it. I don't know.
Repping that PlayStation, huh?
Yeah, dude. They had like a black like a hat of like a Nintendo one like that. And it had like Nintendo in Japanese. But I'm a PlayStation guy. Like
seriously, I'm PlayStation.
I played so much PlayStation.
Yeah,
like Nintendo 60, like a Super Nintendo was like my first probably gaming system, and I played a lot of Nintendo 64. But I mean, PlayStation has always been my home.
Well, dude, see, we were too cheap, so between me and my brother, we had to choose because we started Nintendo, got Super Nintendo, and then it was once PlayStation came out, we kind of had to make the choice. Like, we couldn't get a Sega and a fucking Atari and a fucking like Nintendo, so we went PlayStation. Never looked back, bro. Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Jet Moto.
I mean, early PlayStation. I mean, there's even just the nostalgia of it and everything is so like there's so much the graphics of everything. And
well, they did their 30-year, and they PlayStation had you could pick what genre you wanted the startup screen to do, and I picked the original, and it was just like, and I was playing the remakes of fucking Soul Reaver, so nice. It was just like, wow.
I always love. I mean, because I PlayStation 2. I played a lot of like PlayStation when I didn't own my own. I played one of my cousin's boyfriends a lot and everything, but PlayStation 2 was my first. I love the PlayStation startup screen. Like I just hear that sound, it's just like instant.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. PlayStation all the way. PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. PlayStation 2 I kind of missed out of because my brother was way into it and he was like RPG games. Oh, okay. So that motherfucker would sit there for hours playing fucking like Final Fantasy and shit. Yeah. I did watch a lot of it, but it was like I never got to play. Greedy little bastard.
Like my first game I got in there was Jak and Daxter. Or Jak and Daxter.
Really?
Yeah. That was the first.
I can't even remember my first PlayStation 2 ones.
That was like the first game I bought. And then...
Was it Silent Hill 2? Was that the one on PlayStation 2?
Silent Hill 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I played the shit out of that one.
Because I think even Silent Hill 3 was on PlayStation 2. That was like its end.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was on...
I played the Silent Hills, Resident Evils, fucking Soul Reaver. That was my shit.
Oh, PS2, like Resident Evil 4. I mean, oh my god. Yeah. That was like one of the first time I played Resident Evil 4 was like one of the first. I mean, I guess I was smoking weed kind of, but like I was still really new to it. And I remember smoking at my buddy's house, and like there was a group of us. It was like me, and then like 3 of my buddies, and then one of my buddies is cousin. I think was with it was his cousin, and then his cousin was like a little older, like 19 or something like that. Yeah. And I remember we were just like up super late, and then we went and smoked out his truck and everything, and then I came back in, and then like because there's like a Velvet Blue, which is like one of the diamonds you can pick up, and I kept calling it Velveeta.
Velveeta.
I was like, pick up Velveeta.
It's Velveeta. Dude, Spyro. I played the shit out of that one too.
Spyro, yeah. Spyro's good times.
I wonder when they're going to remake that. They're not making any new games. They're just remaking games.
I think they did remake Spyro.
Did they? They probably did.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I tried to replay like the Soul Reaver ones, and it's hard, man. God, do I not miss the checkpoint systems?
Spyro Reignited trilogy. It says there's a Spyro 4 in development right now too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was released in 2018. Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon. It was like, oh. Huh. But yeah, dude, fucking Etsy, that was dope.
Dude, Etsy is fun. I gotta find fucking some jewelry, too.
Yeah, I want some new, like bracelets or something. I don't know, I want something like some.
I need anklets.
Anklets.
Toe rings.
I should rock a toe ring. I don't know.
The only problem is like you never get to show off toe rings. I'm never gonna be able to show off toe rings.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, unless it's like you're at the beach.
I'm like
or
a
something.
boot guy, so like, when am I gonna be able to show off my toe rings?
Yeah. I thought about rings, but I don't, like rings are like there's just this fine line with rings. Sometimes where like they're douchey, and then it's just like they do.
Dude,
they work.
Like, I'm the type of guy. As soon as I put a ring on, I look douchey. Like if it's not like a wedding ring or something, like I'm gonna look douchey.
Yeah.
But also, it's gonna be a big gaudy fucking skull or like a coffin that's diamonds and like people are gonna see my rings.
Yeah.
If I wear them, which I don't. But, just some toe rings inside my boots. So disappointing.
I used to be a big bracelet guy when I was younger.
I can't do it, man.
I really like bracelets a lot.
I can't even do a watch.
Watch can just watch can get annoying. Like a lot of times when I am doing serious shit, or if I'm doing something, I don't want my watch on my hand because I feel like I just feel it the entire time.
Well, that like no matter what, my watch has always got smelly.
Yeah.
I hate Like I like the cloth bands, and those just smell.
Yeah, they just.
When the leather ones start smelling, and even the metal ones, dude, like
they just hold that stank.
Yeah, they got that dead skin, and that's wood.
And King of the Hill's so fucking good. That's such a dead air.
There's no dead air. Oh, yeah.
39 minutes. Okay. I mean, 39 minutes is good. I feel like.
I think so. Okay. Wait, well, I did get my toenails removed too.
Damn.
You know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We talked about
so
those.
like, no more ingrown toenails for me. They just ripped them out. It was quite painful.
I got shamed this week from some of the girls at work because like I still have my pinky toenails, and I was like, why is your like mine's like just falling off? I'm like, I don't. You should have nails there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, you should have nails on those.
You should have on your pinky
toenails
toe.
are
Yeah.
just falling off. That's
like,
not healthy.
Because like my pinky toe, like my nails are kind of smashed, and I think that's just from like boots or like something else.
Yeah, I mean like mine have kind of curled in and kind of hammer toed.
Yeah.
Like now my pinky toenail is just like a triangle.
Yeah.
It's not like a full nail anymore.
Yeah,
it's just
that's
like
how
a
mine is.
triangle.
But like I'm like I still have the nail there. Like it's a good sized nail and everything.
I can
like,
still clip it.
Yeah. I don't know. That was a weird. I didn't know.
Yeah, how did they make fun of you for still having nails?
Yeah,
Like, haha, look at you, healthy motherfucker. You still got your nails and shit. They aren't falling off.
I was like, yeah, you should, because your feet should be able to splay out. And you don't. If you're getting like really bad hammer toe, it's like your feet are getting bad. Like you need to get them to splay out and everything. Like.
Oh, I'm flat-footed as fuck, so
I mean, yeah,
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point with the flat-footed diabetes, I'll just end up losing those fucking toes anyway.
Flat foot diabetes. Oh man.
I've already had the reconstructive foot surgery, so there's like nothing else to do to them.
Yeah.
Other than cut them off.
Should put them in like mason jars with like.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna. They better give me my fucking. If I get anything cut off, I want to keep it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pissed that they didn't give me my tonsils.
Yeah. One floating.
Yeah. I want to throw them at somebody.
Yeah.
Take my tonsils.
Tonsil attack.
Pink.
Just in a fucking
Keep 'em
Wendy's
wet.
or something.
Yeah.
Just
In a Wendy's. So this is a Wendy's.
shocking tonsils. Shocking tonsils.
Oh, dude. Well, like if I get it like the pieces, I want to like put the bones in something, make a cane, or it'd be even funnier if I put those bones into a prosthetic that then showcase my bones. Like, no, it's still there. My foot's still there. It's just, now encased in resin and just the bones because I lost a foot.
That'd be so crazy, like a huge foot just like in like
Dude,
resin.
wouldn't it?
That'd be pretty cool.
Done.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, now I need to cut off my arm or something so I can do that. None of these are my limbs. Okay, now strip them of their meat and put them back on. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I have always wanted to be a skeleton anyway. I think they're the most fun of all the Halloween.
That's like weird to think about. There's because in Fallout New Vegas, there's these I forget the name of them, but they're these
The ghouls.
No, they're these like skeletons. They're encased in these suits. They're designed to keep soldiers alive. Because the purpose of the suit is like if a soldier gets killed or like shot, it would take their body like they didn't have to like.
Oh,
they would
yeah,
just, like,
yeah,
They
yeah,
would just
okay,
walk
yeah.
them back like so they can be injured, but the suit would do all the work. But these suits malfunction, so there's just like corpses. Like it's just skeletons in the suits. They're just firing at people and everything. And it's like just the suit that's keeping them alive. I don't know. It's such a weird.
Dude, isn't that's a weird ass concept.
Just stuck. You're just stuck. Your corpse is just stuck in that suit, and the suit's
Hey,
just keeping
but-
you alive.
At least you're a badass fighting skeleton.
Yeah, that's dope.
You're not alive anymore, but like your skeleton's still kicking ass. Randomly murdering people. Like just across some wasteland.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I want to go.
Yeah, killed by a mutant AI skeleton.
Exoskeleton AI.
Exoskeleton.
With too much basic
Oh.
AI.
Fuck, that was the other thing. Did you see it with like the shake up in the AI world? What's going on?
Oh, with Deep
Seek, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Because like all these American fucking companies are pouring billions into this shit. It just goes to show you that like China with a bunch of people working on shit together, you could really kind of make stuff a lot easier.
Yeah, because I mean, they made it all open source and all that.
Yeah, dude, like open source, fucking like all the people working together make it better instead of like we got to work together to make this proprietary and that nobody else can see it and like can't be hacked and like all this other shit. But if it's open source, like it's fucking open source, man.
Yeah.
Like what are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
And also like yeah, that was funny as fuck. I also saw AI art is now it's already feeding on itself too. So it's using AI art to make AI art.
That's cool. Let's see how that goes.
It's getting weirder and weirder though.
I mean,
AI art already didn't work right, and now it's like
yeah. I think like people, I always keep saying this, like AI is like you don't understand what's coming with AI. I think everybody's taking it for granted, and it's like you don't realize how much.
Well, also we're using it for stupid stuff instead of like using it for stuff that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, hey AI, make this shit efficient in making cars.
Yeah.
Or like make roads. What's the most efficient way I can make a highway through this city? No. We got to use AI for, making some writing or sex bots.
Yeah. Make it AI porn.
Yeah, just make it hate stuff. Feed it some racist shit off the internet.
Yeah, it's like I'm waiting to see where everything goes with it because especially with that like that with DeepSeek and all that because it's we're not going to be able to because what people are saying this is like a Sputnik moment where it's like with the space race type of stuff where because it's like we thought we were doing good and then the Russians were able to launch Sputnik, right?
Yeah.
So it's like what's our thing now? It's like but I mean like the integration of AI, it's so much that like it's going to get changed. You don't understand. I mean there's going to be so many stores that are just going to be AI. So where are these people like we haven't.
Dude, it's going to cut out the middleman.
We haven't factored in the repercussions on the people, like because it's like you're gonna have a lot of out of job people because it's like there's a lot.
And AI is gonna feed off of itself because eventually it becomes an echo chamber at some point.
Yeah,
because like it's using just past data and all this other shit. So then once it takes over, it then just starts using its own fucking data over and over.
Yeah,
like eventually it will become fucking repetitive and it's gonna do just the same shit over and over and like. I don't know. That sounds kind of boring, but what's the definition of insanity?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it.
I love you.
Bang
Love you.